Hey guys, what's up? Long time no see. We're back. Let's jump right into it. Hey, what's up guys? Long time no see. It's been a while, it's been a minute. We've been very busy this year. Not that you know, obviously we have failed on our part to do the video things, but you know how it is, as always, life, kids, family, work. So nevertheless, it's that time of year again. It's Chilibowl season, but not just Chilibowl, the Mudboss RC Shootout. So that makes it 2 weeks in a row of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So there's a lot of things to do. I'm in a period of work where I'm off. So, but we have other things on the agenda list for today. We're going to head out to Thompson's, pick up some things, and then we'll catch up to that. All right, guys, we're back in the shop. We ran out to Thompson's, do a couple of things. They had a little practice thing going on. It was good to see everybody, talk to a couple people out there. Went and grabbed a couple of things that we needed for a project that we'll talk about here shortly. But yeah, it's that time again of the year. It is December. By the time now, Christmas has come by, so I hope everyone had a happy Christmas, great holidays. I know, it was just kind of stressful time. Everybody's trying to run around, do things, spend time with family, make sure you visit everybody, spend time with everybody, and amongst that, bank account, stressing out pretty bad, you know what I'm saying? But it's all worth it, family, kids. I hope y'all got to spend time with your loved ones. Life is short, enjoy it, make the best of it. Hope everybody can just make the best of this holiday. So it's, before we talk about the shootout and stuff, throughout this year, it's been very busy. Don't want to ramble too much about it because we can talk about this all year long because there's a lot of things that we did, a lot of races that we attended to. Fortunately, we weren't able to document all of it. We probably could have, but one of the things I really focused on this year was just, it's just really focusing on one car. And I think when you focus on one car, you're able to really focus on like setups and dialing the car. Obviously, we are blessed to have several tracks around us, which we'll get on that topic soon. But so we're really focused on a lot of that stuff, be able to concentrate on the cars. And one of the things I really found out about was just getting back to basics. Basics meaning maintenance, which I can tell you can kick you in the butt because when you go to the track and you have stuff fail, and it's really no one else's fault but your own because you have to do your time in the shop. It goes for big races, big car racing, any kind of racing. Races are won in the shop sometimes. You just got to take that time and do those efforts. Take the time and go through bearings and stuff like that. I know I'm talking, but this year I struggle with it, and that's why I'm saying that's one of the biggest things I realized about basics. If it wasn't for my buddies, help me out throughout the year, especially Ben, helping me out with all these other cars that we acquired this year, we wouldn't be able to do it. So I'm thankful for that. But another thing was got little Vic on board to race a little bit more. So he raced a lot of series, including the WFO and novice. But in novice, it's kind of like run what you brung. So he picked it up very well. He's always done good. So we knew that when he got out of that series next year, he was going to have to run something better or step into an actual class. So street stock is kind of rough, not very consistent. Sprint car, don't want to get him into that just yet. Mudboss, we can do Mudboss, but I think he's past that. It's time to start challenging him. He's young, he's able to react quicker. Kids these days, their vision is better. So we started introducing some things to his car, like adjustable arms, just to start getting the car free up so he kind of understands what he needs to do when he started rolling into it and stuff like that. So then we started working into the late model. So there towards the end, he was driving late more and more. And here recently, we built him a late model. I actually built him two for him to drive other than my SJD one. So he was on a different platform. and got him to drive around and stuff. He's doing really good. So that was one of the main things that we focused on. And to be able to document that and to be able to concentrate on making him comfortable. So one of the biggest things about when you get into RC racing is if the car doesn't do what it's doing or you want it to do or you can't drive, it's no fun. And I think that's what really pushes people away when it comes into, because there's a lot to it sometimes, and it depends on what class you get yourself into. Sometimes you rush it. So that's why we kind of ease them into it. So that's kind of what's happened throughout the year. We did the SJD Nationals. It was a great event. Huge shout out to Kevin and Robert, my wife, and anybody else involved to help us out with all of that. It was a very successful event over there at Taylor Park. Shout out to see everybody, all the family, the RC community come together. It was really, really good. Really good weather, good times. So another thing that was really been popping here lately, and that we kind of got ourselves into, was, I mentioned it with my son, was the Traxxas stuff. You know, I was real critical of it myself because it's like, oh, it's just a slash. Everybody's, you know, jumping into it. But then when you really get into the part of, like, if you're like me, and I'm pretty sure everyone is busy as well. I'm just a normal person, has a daytime job, family, you know. And sometimes, you know, like I said, to be able to be successful, I have to put a lot of effort. I kind of stress myself out on the RC racing stuff because I put a lot of time into it at the track because I failed to do it sometimes at the house because of life. That's the way it is. So sometimes it's easy just to grab the slashes and the mud bosses and go out, and those tires last for a long time. And so we kind of got into that. I ended up having, I think I got 4 or 5 Traxxas vehicles now. And of course, you see it in the trailer and first comment like, oh, you're a Traxxas guy. Like that. Well, I kind of am. And I'm a big fan of it. I really like what it has done to be able to bring people in, real competitive. And obviously, we ourselves as racers, we F that up because you can't just leave well enough and known and you just want to race and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go on a rant, but at the end of the day, it's a really good deal, real competitive. And at the end of the day, we've had some races with some of my friends now that got it now, some of my buddies, and it's just a really good time and a laugh. We start laughing, it's a really, really good deal. So we got to insert ourselves into that. And obviously Victor has one. So that what leads up to where we're at now. Tulsa, Oklahoma, January, starting the 6th, I believe. We got the Shooutout, and right immediately after that, we got the RC Chilibowl. So you can only imagine what we've been up to. So let's check it out. Yep, it is tire prep time. Now, I really don't want to go into a video about tire prep. I do have a video out prior to, and this is the same thing. The only other thing I'm really doing different now is how I clean my tires prior to gluing. You can either use a Platinum Dawn, or I use this stuff called Awesome. I think it's Awesome. It's Awesome stuff or something like that. You buy it at Dollar General because I also use it for other purposes here in the shop, especially when I'm cutting wood and cleaning up stuff like after lasering it. It works really good and it does really good on tires. So that's what only thing really maybe I do different. So I do have a video out. You can check it out on what I do and the thought process is about that. And the other thing too is after you glue them, obviously you got to roll them, prep them, and then dope them, and then let them sit. So it's all part of it. So Shooutout, how did it become? You know, previous years we go do the RC Chilibowl, and at the driver's meeting or even during one of the live videos that Scotty does, people are always talking about Mudboss. Hey, why don't you bring Mudboss? Mudboss. There's a big cry for it, and then all of a sudden he creates an event for it, and I don't think we're under 100 entries for a 4 or 5 day event. Like, come on, guys. I mean, maybe it's bad timing. It is tough, 2 weeks. I am blessed that I'm capable of going, you know, but I'm just like everybody else. I use my time off to schedule this. We go every year. I've been there. I've been going to the Chilibowl, Tulsa now for, 6 or 7 years in a row. Every year, think about it. Maybe it's time to just give it a break. But then at the same time, during this time next year, I'll be like, or the next following year, I'll be like, I should have just went. So we go ahead and schedule it. We plan for it. The good thing is like I said, we've been doing the Traxxas stuff. So we have tires and they last for a long time. Obviously the racer in me and the competitive side that I am, obviously we're going to go ahead and spend the extra money to buy another good set of tires, even though you don't have to. But at the end of the day, if you don't do it now, then you're going to buy it up there and you're going to pay a good premium price, just like you should. So that's where we're at. So obviously for a lot of the classes, so let's talk about the classes. So I myself will be driving slash super stock, which over here we have a our 13.5 just stock setup. Everything just stock, hobby wing, ESC, and the motor. But over there, the rules is 10.5. So it's going to be a little faster, be cool. So we're going to do that. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do the big block Mudboss. Big block Mudboss is you can use Proline tires or some other Hot Laps tire with whatever wheels, SC mounted wheels, and you can use any ESC as long as it's in blinky. Now the rules are kind of, so to my understanding, it's any ESC, but it's got to be in blinky, and then you can use any other Roar approved 13.5 motor, which is what is Roar. For us here, I understand that, but those are the rules. That's what we're going to. So we're going hobby wing, Gen 1, I think, the ESC, and then we're gonna go Power Products 13.5, old school R3 Texas edition. So we're gonna throw in that bad boy. So, and then Victor's gonna run the BL Mudboss, which is pretty much a regular Mudboss. We can put BL system, which is a brushless system from Traxxas. And he is also, because of the low entries, they went ahead and added 13.5 late model, 13.5 Sprint, and then SC mod, which we'll talk about that here in a minute. So that being said, Victor's also signed up for the 13.5 late model, and I signed up for the 13.5 Sprint car. So that's what, 5 classes for that first week. All right, so next week, RC Chilibowl's here. So like we talked about this before, and I think it's on my midget video. You go back there, we talked about SC mod, quasi midget, or the midget weapon. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's the weapon. I don't know. Malakote's weapon. And we talked about them going to make their presence sometime, and it was coming. So not only did they limit the SC mod, they put the midgets in, and now I think we even talked about the tires. Now the tire for midgets, Midwest mod, late model are the quasi. So I think we called it, guys. We saw that coming, but hey, shout out to Malakote. I mean, he's putting the effort in to do what he loves to do. I can only imagine, right? As a businessman, it's a smart deal. I mean, props to you. I would do it too. So it's kind of exciting. Change it up a little bit. Obviously, everybody's feelings get hurt, but ain't nobody showing up. So what are you talking about? So come on. I think SC mod just needs to be take a breather back and then make a comeback later on. So yeah. So next week, the following week, I'll be racing late model and Outlaw Sprint. So first week, me, Victor, Ben, and my homeboy Joseph gonna be heading out to the Shooutout. From what I know, at least in our little tight group, or the most immediate people that always hang out with us. And then the following week, I'll either come back, take Victor, bring back to school, or he'll ride back with Ben. But then Kevin's coming up and meet me up there at the RC Chilibowl. So 2 very eventful weeks, long time away from home. So obviously you can only tell you got to be in best behavior, because if not, she's gonna bring it up later. So that's how it is. So let's check out these cars that we got ourselves into, so we can wrap this video up, and then we'll just go from there. So let's check it out. This is the first slash we got, which is our BL Mudboss. Shout out to MR Customs with their Mudboss version body of it. It's a nice mold. It's very lightweight, very cool looking, a little bit different from the traditional Mudboss body that you see. Molded, works very, very well. Shout out to them. So, and then the other Slash we got, this is our Slash Super Stock. Unfortunately, on the body wise, we have to use a different provider because the rules and MR Customs does not offer a body that meets their rules. So yeah. And then we have the third one up here. This is going to be our big block, which is, you can see, bone dry, but we ain't really worried about it. Ben pretty much has these cars down on lockdown when it comes to building them, setting them up together with us. From what I know, obviously with all the other cars, and then what he's worked on, drove with them and stuff, we kind of come up together, come up with some game plans, got together with a pretty good shock package for these cars. Really good setup, very competitive. So we're not worried about it. We're just gonna throw the setup on that and we'll move forward. So here we have the rest of the tires that we will be taking with us for the racing. And then obviously we have the motor for the Slash Superstock and the ESC. I think it'll be pretty much a spare ESC. So yeah, so guys, it's been a very, very good season, good year so far. I want to tell y'all, thank y'all very much. I know that even though I've not been posting, y'all still comment on my videos, watching videos, get notifications of new subscribers and stuff, and that's really cool to see. I'm not going to apologize for not posting. You know, it's very important for me to spend time with my family and try to do well, and also show him too stuff, so like that he doesn't get frustrated. Like I said, it's very good and they're very fun to win, and it's awesome, and it very feels good to, you know, to reach that accomplishment where you can start winning. But at the same time, you know, spending time with your loved ones is what really matters the most. You know, throughout this racing deal here recently, maybe a couple of years past, we've done lost a lot of good friends and family of our racing community. So, but I will say thank you for everybody who's been loyal and hanging in there, commenting, and every time that I see a comment come up, I'll try to answer back. Also have my Know He's Daddy Driven on Facebook. I've seen that I missed some messages, but when I saw it, I started responding, and it's really cool to see how people are saying like, hey, I'm from over here watching, I've learned some things, or maybe you're a dumbass, whatever, but it's all good, you know. Sometimes you got to be that way to learn some things. So shout out to all of y'all who's been hanging in there with me and stuff. Other news is we talk about Traxxas. You know, Indy is shutting down. I'm not really sure too much of the details. I've heard a couple of things, but it doesn't really matter. It was a really good place. I've been there, been going there since I was 15, 16 years old. When my dad originally got us into this, we were over here in a little small town, and then we heard about this big old place in Dallas. We went in there, got introduced to off-road racing, and we did off-road racing for a long time. We traveled the RC Pro Series back in the days. You know, I don't know who is familiar with off-road in this videos and this community that I reaching out to and stuff, but that's back in the days when VP Fuels wasn't even a thing yet, or yeah, it's if you know, you know. So yeah, guys, all right, so I just wanted to come and finish this video here. You know, it's very discouraging, you know, when things happen, and it's very upsetting, and it's kind of sad for the community because it's going to be weird with Indy being gone. But I don't think necessarily, I've watched other videos and other people talk about this. You know, in the RC world, if you don't know, is located in Indy, is in Garland, Texas, and it's our indoor track, if not really the only indoor track that we have, for me at least, within an hour radius. Now, obviously, there's Houston that has Mike's, I think it's called, it has a covered track and everything, and we'll be heading down that way next year, but a little bit more. So, but it's kind of sad it going, you know, for most people don't understand. I've been there for a long time, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm not saying that makes me an expert. That's just something I love doing, something that my dad picked up, but I don't think it's always anybody's fault. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things just happen. It's time to go, and change isn't always bad. It's just one of those deals, part of life. So I'll leave it at that. I just want to wrap this video up on a positive note. It's been a while since I've been around. I do hold RC deeply within me, like something that I really has a lot of like, it means a lot to me in a personal way, because not only that, family, friends, and all that stuff, but you know, I really like to do it, and I just don't really always agree with everyone's opinion. Opinion's opinion, just like mine. But I just want to leave it at that. Indy, we're gonna miss you. It was fun, but you know, it's time to move on. So thanks again for watching. Sorry I kind of rambled off. I know I do it a lot, but there's always a lot to catch up on. Hopefully in the next video we'll catch up. We'll start getting a little bit more technical into some of this stuff, and then go from there. So appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see you on the next one.